So you've heard about Comet Elenin, and you've probably heard about all the opposing views of what this comet may or may not do to us.
We are all going to die.
Lots of scary videos and articles. Some of them, of course, are not very easy to take seriously, because they're clearly done by nutcases.
And if you keep your hair pointed towards the sky, the universal vibrations will keep you safe.
Some, on the other hand, are slightly to very backed up by some good hard science. And then, of course, a lot of them actually combine science and prophecy, metaphysical New Age, to make something that looks particularly doom-filled.
Extinction level event.
First of all, not to be someone that is trying to convince everyone that
we are all going to die.
But I would like to talk about the idea that, your average person on the street might say,
nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen to the Earth or the human race. We'll be here forever.
It is possible. It's possible at any time. Stuff happens in the universe. Stuff has happened on this planet. Meteors, comets have crashed into this planet before. The dinosaurs became extinct. First of all, in the late 90s, according to many psychics and seers, we were supposed to have incredible Earth changes that were going to change the face of the Earth forever. We kind of got through that without anything happening. Harold Camping last year, the world was supposed to end in May. We got over that. Sometimes I think one of the reasons that so much of this information is filling the internet and filling people's heads and is being traded back and forth and is all over the place is because the world seems like such a bizarre, scary, strange place, and our governments are so corrupt, and people just feel so trapped by the economy, by this, by that, by fear, that I think a lot of the people that seem to be afraid of these things happening and sending out messages saying, we're doomed, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, they may be afraid, but I think a part of them wants it to happen, because then the world would be different. The world would change. Some massive thing would happen, and the world that we know would then be different and have different rules. Now, where I'm going to go from here is mainly the metaphysical route. So if that's not your bag, I would leave this video and go watch another one. Maybe that one. I think what definitely comes into play here is the idea of meaning, and people attaching meaning to these types of dates and proposed circumstances. Comet Elenin, December 2012, blah, blah, blah. And why wouldn't there be? Most major religions have some kind of prophecy of doom and gloom, revelation, etc., etc. Everybody's aware of that. So, of course, there is meaning attached to this. But I would like to propose the idea that there's meaning in the world the way it is right now. There's meaning that it still exists the way it does right now. There's meaning that we got through the end of the 90s without the horrible earth changes everybody was predicting. That we got through the Second World War, and that we're here now. There's meaning there. Seth, an entity channeled by Jane Roberts in the 60s and 70s, said that there was another alternate reality where the Second World War actually ended in nuclear disaster. According to him, you can choose either one of these realities, that many realities branch out from any moment. So according to this line of thought, anything could happen. Anything could happen at any given moment. And the meaning is basically connected to us. The meaning is connected to the world that we choose to live in and the world that we choose to make. Do we actually need to have horrible disasters to actually learn something? Or can we actually continue with the world that we have now, slowly healing it? So I think that, one, we as individuals and as a whole, the human race, do have the ability to choose either path. People like to think, or people like to say all the time that there's so much corruption, that it's such a terrible place and everybody's selfish and etc., etc. And the truth is that if you look at any given individual in the world, Most people, 98% of the people on the planet, are actually good people that don't want to kill anyone, that don't kill anyone, that don't want to hurt anyone, and that just want the best for themselves and to not hurt anybody. If so many people are that good, it's really only a handful of people, albeit in higher positions of power and of control, but it's really only a handful of people that are, the bad apples. The world has been changing. The world has been getting better. There are lots of great, wonderful things out there. In the late 80s, the Cold War ended. Europe united. So I believe that if anyone wants to avoid these disasters and not have them happen, one of the first things to do is to take responsibility and actually take responsibility for your contribution to the world. One, see the world as a better place. See the good and the joy and the wonder in the world that does happen every day. Do not concentrate on only all the negative things that you hear in the news. Don't be 100% convinced that everything is going to end in disaster.
Extinction level event!
Know that the world is improving. It improves every day, every year. If you really look back to 20 years ago and compare it, the world really has improved. Even though there seems to be corruption at government level all over the place, the only reason that we see that is because light is coming into the world, and when light comes into something, it actually lights up the dark corners. People are becoming aware of these things and they are changing. People are protesting. This is all part of the change. It does not happen overnight. It is gradual. There are bumps. Crap happens in the world, but it's all basically going in a good direction. Believe that, know that, and be glad to be here in this world every day the way it is, the way it's going, and love being here. Who knows though, maybe I'll just be sitting here with my crystals and happy ideals,
Crystals, rainbows, moonbeams, and shiny white light.
feeling wonderful while the comet crashes in through my window and kills us all because
We are all going to die!
Anyway, think about it. Give it a shot. If you don't like it, then you can always go back to being afraid or angry or both.